Hello guys, this is Nikhil Bansal from Illuminate Minds, and we are going to solve this pattern printing problem today. Right, I hope all of you can see this pattern that we need to print 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and similarly 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, then 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3, 4, 4, 4. Now what? The next thing that we need to do is how we will proceed with this particular problem. So what I have done is that I have written row and column. So this specifies the rows, and this also specifies the rows, and these are the columns. Now what I am going to do is, as I have always said in pattern problem, there are two things which are important. One is when to print, and the other is what to print. Okay. So let's look at this scene first. This is the same as the previous problem. So if you look at the upper part of the problem, this is same as the problem, the last video that I have done, right? So I'm again going to repeat this. So I will run a loop of row from 0 to 4. In this case, I'm taking 5 as an example. In this case, so 0 to 4. And similarly for column, and I will put the condition C less than equal to R. So this is the condition about when to print, right? So look only at this, the first quadrant, this portion. If you look at this, all these numbers follow this condition that C less than equal to R. तो जब C less than equal to R होगा तभी print होगा. अब print क्या करना है, तो मैंने एक loop चलाया है रो का और एक nested loop चलाया है उसके साथ में column का. तो इन दोनों का मिलाकर आपको आउटपुट आएगा इतना, this portion, right? The first quadrant that you can see. Now what? So C less than equal to R will fulfill the condition, and what it will print one more than the column value. So the column value over here is 0, and you can see that all the values in this column are 1, correct? Similarly, column value over here is 1, so all the values this. So we'll print when C is less than equal to R. If it is not following this condition, then I will write or print blank over here, correct? Now what? Let's move to this. So I will continue the same loop for the row, but I will run after completing this loop for the column, the first loop. What I will do, I will move to the second quadrant. So this one, if you look at this thing, so then over here I will run a loop for. So if you look over here closely, this is also the part of the problem that we did last time. C less than equal to R plus 1 is the condition where all these numbers are being printed. So within this loop, the loop will be from 4 to 1. It will be a diminishing or reverse loop. The last value is going to be 1, and it will print when C is less than equal to R plus 1. So you, at any point of time, you can put the value of C over here, column as 3 and C as 2, and check for yourself that all these values will be printed only once we fulfill this condition, right? So over here this will print, and when to and what to print, we need to print only the column values. So that's why I've written C over here. I hope you can see that. So I've written C plus 1. The C plus 1 is the value that I need to write over here, correct? And in this particular quadrant, I will print C as whatever is the column value is going to be printed. And again, if it is not fulfilling this condition, then what will I print? I will print a blank over here, that is over here, all these places, right? Once I am done with this part, the upper part, let's move to the lower axis, lower thing. Now, if you can look over here, I need to reverse the condition that I have used over here. The condition, so I will run again a loop of the row thing from 0 to 4 and a column loop from 0 to 4, and I will put the condition now C less than equal to R. So this is the reverse condition. If you can check over here, all these values of C are less than equal to R. And now again, what to print? What to print is same as C plus 1. I will continue to print C plus 1 in this quadrant. Let's move to the next one. Over here, what will I print? I will print C greater than R. When to print C greater than R is the condition that I need to fulfill over here. And then what? These numbers 4, 3, 2, and the same as the column value C over here is written. So let's move to the program. I hope you have understood this. So let's start writing the program now, guys. So the program goes like this. So I will take the input Input needs to be the highest number. Enter the highest number. So I need the highest number. So that was 5 in the example that we took. Enter the highest number. So let's move to the first loop for the row for R in range. Correct. Now I'm talking about the first quadrant. So I will again run a loop for column. Now, as I told you, what I will check the condition when to print the numbers. C less than equal to R. Right, I need to print. What I need to print, as I told you, I will print C plus 1, 1 more than the column value. And I also need to put the end over here so that it keeps on printing in the same line. Correct. What next? Next is if it is not fulfilling the condition, then what? Then I need to print the blank sign. So I will put blank sign over here. Correct. So I'm done with the first quadrant logic. And the next thing is I need to run another loop for C. Now next this loop will run if you have noticed it carefully from 4 3 2 1. So notice this thing clearly. So this loop will run from n minus 1 to 0. Okay. Now what? When I am going to print, when it will fulfill my condition that C less than equal to R plus 1. So once it fulfills the condition, then I will print. So what will I print? I will print the column value. I hope you understand. 4 over here, 3 over here, 2 over here, 1 over here. Correct? So I will print the column value. So instead of C, I should make it C. C instead of C plus plus, and it should write it down as C. Now what? Now I need to run another loop for, I'm going to copy this. So this is all about the above things, the earlier part, the first two quadrants. Correct, guys? So we are done with this. I'm going to correct this. So before I do that, let's look at. So I'm done with this coding for this part. I'm doing the coding for this part now. So look clearly, C greater than R. Here it was C less than equal to R. And so over here, what I need to do for R in range, C less than equal to R, less than greater than R. Okay. And it will print C plus 1. That's perfectly okay. This range will also be from here, and here it will be C not less than R plus 1. C needs to be greater than R plus 1. I think I have done mistake over here. It should be R plus 1. C greater than R plus 1 over here. No worries. Right. So C greater than R plus 1. So correct. So do the correction in this case. So it needs to be C greater than R plus 1. Print C. What next? So this is done. Now what else condition? Where is the else condition over here? Okay, I missed the else condition over here also. So I should have written else colon, and I need to print this in this case. Similarly over here, and also I need to write this thing. Correct. Print. Now what next is this? So same over here in the else condition. Else. Where is the code? Else. Correct. And the print statement once again. Correct. So this is it. Now let's try to run this. Enter the highest number. Let's print input 5, and this seems to be working perfectly fine. Next is, let's take 7. Sorry. Enter number 7. This seems to be working perfectly. So that's it, guys, in this case. Thank you.